And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
Well, you could see a change in the play with the Celtics after the trade deadline last year. And adding Isaiah Thomas gave them some pop off the bench and really created some balance for them offensively.
And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Derek Williams. Kevin Serafin is out there with Amundsen. Then there's Afflalo, and it's Calderon in at the point guard position. Afflalo, that's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Smart, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Lee kicks to Freak. 5 on the clock. 3-pointer. They get it back.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead. Doing the dirty work down low.
We call that a collabo because everybody's boxing out and making sure they secure the glass.
And that was something the Celtics needed, adding Thomas, a player that could come in and provide Clark instant offense for them off the bench.
And Kevin, I think that was a turning point for them last year. I mean, they saw that they had a chance to make a big leap forward after the trade and responded accordingly.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
The second person, third team.
And the Celtics making a change here. Making a switch here. And we finished one half of basketball. It's the Knicks.
Well, Carmelo, what a loud...
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first half. The top thing for me has been that we've come up with some decent buckets because we made a savvy play on D, caused a turnover and got an easy scoring chance. I want to see more of that. Our defense leading straight into our offense. Ball security was probably our high point. Let's continue to keep a tight handle on the ball and not try to thread too many needles with our passes. We don't have any excuses for putting ourselves in this hole.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Carmelo Anthony really had the new group, and a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Derek Williams checked in for Anthony. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Aaron Afflalo. Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Freak is out there with Smart. And it's Turner in at the small forward position. That's the Boston Five.
Will be at the line shooting 2.
He hits the second from the line. Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
Now, here's Calderon. He's got 6.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Sullinger outside, dishes it to Freak. Nice ball movement by Boston. Inside, puts up the baby hook. The shot misses.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard. And for the Knicks last season, they actually shot decently on the road. They just didn't play any defense, and that's kind of what did them in.
And that one falls for O'Quinn.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 26 seconds left in the third. Turner passes to Freak. Sullinger inside, working on O'Quinn. There's the bucket. Good. Here's Galloway. He's got 8. Feeds it to Seraphin. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Seraphin's got 4 this quarter.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. New York's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. Amundsen is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Vujacic. Then there's Grant. And it's Thomas in at small forward. Now here's Smart, guarded closely.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Grant with the ball. Now guarded by Smart. Over to the wing. Thomas kicks to Amundsen. Pass to Vujacic to the left wing. O'Quinn dishes to Thomas. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Kicks it to Jerebko. Now here's Smart, covered by Vujacic. And the pass to Sullinger. It's rebounded by New York.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Amundsen kicks to Grant. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point.
Shot's good.
Turner comes in for Jerebko. And Freak subbed in for Thomas. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Amundsen. Porzingis comes in for Lance Thomas. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. And it's Williams in for Grant. The shot's good from Lopez. Lopez has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Freak. That one off the back iron and out.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Seraphin with the ball, picked up by Turner. Anthony drawing the double team. Seraphin the pass to Porzingis. The wide open look here for Anthony, and again it's New York.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Here's Freak. Off target from three-point range.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
And that one's good, Anthony.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Knicks.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, hard to seem toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Carmelo Anthony. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Shot by Zarafin, no good. They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Boston again missing.
And, boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
It's Anthony with the drive. They grab their own miss.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Grant outside. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy.
Carmelo, we have
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Carmelo Anthony.
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me...
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
Ooh, it's like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
In Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you'd love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking and vibing in these, baby.
We got Blake Griffin and the Clips on deck tonight. Going up against him, you almost just hope you don't end up on a poster. But I've never been one to just get out the way. I'm ready to step up, no matter the consequences. Gotta earn my stripes sometime, you know? Here we go.
Thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Looking at Boston, they took a win in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And I don't think I was the only one surprised, not just by their win, but, guys, by what an emphatic win. Johnson comes in for Paul Pierce. Lance Stephenson's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Paul. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Lance Stephenson. Smith out there with Jordan. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And guys, Wesley Johnson, 4th overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Everyone thought he would have the jump shot to become a prolific scorer. And Clark, the length to defend at a high level.
Yeah, you know, in his rookie year, he averaged 9 points a game. Last year, his 5th, he averaged 10. I think it's to the point where he is what he is.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You've got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
No good on the second free throw.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight. Celtics trail by 8. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Freak gets the lead. Passes it to Smart. It's Freak, top of the key. Tries it from 19. Jordan with the rebound. Greg, as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they have had the 3rd best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit. Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. Clippers leading by 8. Stevenson dishes to Smith. Launches a 3. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Here's Johnson. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Checking in for yourself.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Johnson. Jay Crowder comes in for Urebko. Freaks checked in for Marcus Smart. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Evan Turner. The Clippers also making some changes. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Smith. Crawford comes in for Wesley Johnson. And Paul subbed in for J.J. Redick. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Jared Sullinger is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's David Lee, and it's Thomas in at the point. That's the Boston Five. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks made some nice plays. He had 11 points, and he was able to dish out a few helpers to teammates as well. It was a great contribution from someone who's considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Paul outside. Lets it go with a three. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back.
Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
Good on the second free throw. Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Kept alive, and here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And getting back to David Lee, before the big contract, he was putting up some huge lines. I mean, he was the first Knick to go 30 and 20 in a game since the great Patrick Ewing. And he became the first NBA player to record at least 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists since Kareem back in 1976.
Here's Crawford, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Thomas goes in. The shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And, you know, back to David Lee, we all know about his struggles with the Warriors, and many had written him off completely. But then at the end of last season, he showed that he still has the energy and skills to contribute if given minutes.
And that one's good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Thomas. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. The Clippers on top. They lead by 4. And now we'll send it.
Well, David, how would you assess the first half of play, and what's going to be the area of focus as you head into the second half?
Well, you know, we weren't shooting the ball well in the first half.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Crawford. 10 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
And being smart with the ball like he's been today, Clark.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. You were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw a good one.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys,
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Isaiah Thomas. He delivered quite a star performance. Not uncommon, as we've seen him have this sort of terrific night many times. Kenny, what did you like about his game?
I can't say enough about the contribution he made defensively. Specifically, his on-ball defense was outstanding. He blew up a lot of plays by getting his hand in there and coming away with a steal. And that aggressive D of his helped guide them to this win.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
As I was saying, we got a real big problem. All this kitty stuff, you evil twins, CC and Dom got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No. Recalibrate. All this stuff they got you doing to recalibrate your images cost you in the hood, fam. Yo, the streets is watching, and they're not convinced.
Vic, how many times do I have to tell you? The streets ain't always right.
Nah. It's always good in the hood. Let's not forget, I am a student of human nature, all right? Take your man here. He's playing this here video game is to not address the reason why his brand Jordan sneakers are sitting on store shelves collecting dust.
Ooh. Ouch.
Okay, what are your suggestions, Victor?
He wants you to rob a bodega. I'm sorry.
Look, man, I'm not talking about some focus group, all right? I'm talking about the hood. They don't trust you no more. They see you coming to the arenas wearing them tight pants y'all ballers be wearing. Your high water ankles be showing. Your pants is just so tight, man. Your ankles be choking. Air it out some. People don't see themselves in you anymore. Look at me. People don't recognize themselves in who you are. Okay, you want to recalibrate? Fine, B, go ahead. But recalibrate back to Harlem. Remind these fools where you from. Represent, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's that Jesus piece you used to rock? Now that Shuttlesworth.
With them fake chains we used to wear.
Yo, but that's my point. Yo, let me get you some nice jewels, huh? Make it flossy. Get you a new whip, something that the hood will love. Let's remind these fools that you the Harlem Renaissance up in this piece. Get a club, I don't know, something. Just throw your weight around, man.
I mean, at least get me some, too.
Yeah, and get some nice free vet, too.
Nah, but for real, in all seriousness. You think it's that bad?
Yo. Cats be laughing at your corny commercials, B.
Come on.
Some people say you just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that the word?
Yo, because people just don't know,
They be hating?
They be hating. They hating on my game. They hating on our friendship. See, FOF, friend of freak. See, nobody got that like I do. And everybody else wants that. Who doesn't? But that's my boy. I'm in that spot. That is my lane, and everybody else just got to make way for that, you know?
That's him, but who are you?
Nah, man, I got my own life, you know? People think I'm just sitting back and riding on him, but that's not the case, yo. I got dreams. I got dreams, yo. See, my boy knows, right? There's two ways that I could do this. I could do it a legit way, or I could do it the crooked way. And I'm really, really, really trying not to do it the crooked way, but Freak can't help me do that.
He could put you on?
Maybe. You got to do what you got to do when you need to do it to get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do, and I'm just really good at it. What can I say? I get by, day by day, step by step.
We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long, so I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
We are live in Boston, Massachusetts, the gem of New England, as the Celtics are about to go into this interconference contest right here. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Today's game marks the continuation of Houston's road schedule. And you look at their record, 5 games back from the #1 seed.
This is a team with high expectations.
Houston also making some changes. Moniunas is checked in for Terrence Jones. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Ty Lawson. So on the floor for Houston, Moniunas and Howard the post pair. Beverley and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Brewer in at the small forward position. A nice shot by Zeller.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's Beverley. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Beverly's got his first points of the night.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Rockets trail by 3. In the corner, Harden. Here's Motiejunas, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Motiejunas has got his first basket.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Wide open shot is on the money. Here's Beverly. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Like last season, we saw Motiejunas make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin, on both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Here's Freak. The shot, no good. Harden with the defensive effort. Rockets trail by 3. Here's Brewer. Good work defensively by Turner.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Smart passes to Freak. The 3. Good D by Harden.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Beverly with the ball. Picked up by Turner. Brewer. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Smart dishes to Sullinger. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Harden. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes
basketball. This is my passion. You know, on the court, it's my sanctuary. You know, I want to have fun.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say, Houston with a big group substitution here. Howard's checked in for Terrence Jones. Brewer comes in for Motiejunas. James Harden, he's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Brewer. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Beverly kicks to Howard, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slap. I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Stolen by Harden. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first half. On the wing, Brewer. Three-pointer. No luck. Now Boston takes it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
And 1:01 left in the first half of basketball. Harden draws the double. The open shot by Brewer. Rebounded by the Celtics. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Yeah, I thought it was the carelessness, though, Greg. A lot of their starters had to have their minutes cut back as a result. I mean, they've got to play with much more discipline tonight.
There's 31 seconds left in the first half, and stolen by Zeller. Feeds it to Sullinger. Dishes it to Zeller. The pass to Turner. Can't get it to go. Good D by Howard. Here's Beverly. Harden outside. Releases from the wing and drills it. Harden's got 6 points.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Thanks, Kevin.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Without question, Avery Bradley displaying his skills today.
Well, anytime.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Freak in a two-guard. David Lee is out there with Amir Johnson. Then it's Evan Turner, and it's Thomas in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Harden the pass to Beverly.
Boston foul call. Freak. That's his first personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he sinks the second.
Boy, his hands weren't the steadiest at the line that time, but that was all they needed to put a cap on this one.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems.
Dwight coming off the loss in last.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love, a player that brings nothing but fear to players that have to guard him. I've said this for a while now. He's the best one-on-one player in the NBA. And even if it's not a one-on-one situation, even if you throw the kitchen sink at him, he still gets the job done. It's the confidence, the drive, and the spirit.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Sports Crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.